Hello, this is Pixie doing another video. A bit of MGTOW, a bit of crypto, a bit of whatever really. So I think from MGTOW, I was kind of frustrated with, just sort of looking potentially what partners and things out there. And when you come across scammers, you're like, oh well, yeah, that's a load of rubbish. But I thought to myself, that I said to myself, I don't believe in love, and I felt sort of like a slight negative energy. And then I said, because I am love, and I felt a lot of positive energy from it. And I think that's really what is love. It's more about, see, a lot of people think about the condition of feeling strong driving forces pulling you towards someone. It's just geared up that way, and it sort of drives some forms of insanity to a certain degree. But maybe it's unchaining what makes you human. The insanity of your spirit being drawn to your body, or maybe, I don't know. Anyway, the concept of being love itself, it seems more powerful. So I'd say you are love. And it's a truth, actually, it's a universal truth of, something's correct. If something has meaning and value, and I guess from creation, it's there's an attachment to your creation, so that's it. And maybe a relationship's a creation itself, and that attachment brings forth certain chemical, emotional conditions, which are also addictive as well, and they're meant to be designed like that, so you maintain this. Hopefully it's an equilibrium, maybe not in a relationship, but that's maybe from a male perspective. I think for females, relationships are part of the sociology of the matriarchy for women, so having relationships is important for them amongst other females. It's kind of like progressive in society. What assets do you have connection to, and so on. So people go through different phases as well of relationships, which is probably more difficult if a male. Maybe men are a little less fussy, because basically it's availability, and when they're in this kind of, I guess it's kind of an asexual, they just focus on themselves, and that kind of, they're not really looking for anything relationship-wise. They're not really prepared for it. While they say this of women of the female gender, relationships, maybe they're not prepared for it if they sort of consider it would never happen. But it's a lot of for them, it's a part of the communication sociology. Otherwise you have to form some form of relationship if you're meant to do things for you. And it also, there's a need to keep them kind of sedated emotionally at some level, because I guess if a bloke is twice the size of a woman, or maybe three, it might be 2.5 times bigger than her, based on density, strength, and all sorts of things, then he's a more riskier ally to have, I guess. Anyway, just a quick thoughts on that. So, what is love? You are love. That's the question. You have to just redefine your boundaries rather than chasing something. And often people say, how's your love life? Well, I say, I love life, and that's it really at the moment. It's you have the opportunity for something else bigger to form, but you're not really chasing it. Particularly, you keep your feelers out there, because you don't want to be desensitised to the idea of relationship, or put in these kind of spanners in the works to say, or kind of blockers in there to say, look, it's only going to get hurt. There's no point. Obviously, they're out to get me. Blah blah blah. It's kind of not healthy thinking. But that's one thing. The other thing I focus on is my finance stuff, because I think you need to be basically anything defines independence in yourself is what you're looking for, and also decoding that kind of matrix of society and deciding what you want out of it. And usually a man who's got a lot of resources will become attractive, but it doesn't necessarily mean that somebody wants to be with you for who you are, which may be what people might be idealistically looking for. Somebody wants to be with you because they like you as a person. So that sometimes doesn't exist. So yeah, with the crypto finance, there's a lot of these rug pull stuff. There's maybe a slight paranoid view. There could be some other stuff going on in the background. There's rug pulls with yield farms, and where you put money, lock it up. If it's got like millions of percent, then how do they achieve that? And so maybe I need to look in the white papers. How do you achieve that? I mean, they usually give you their native token, and the demand of a token that's considered, they call a poo coin sometimes, puts up the value of it. However, if there's a rug pull where somebody exploits or hacks the yield farm, then the coin's worth 0, and then that also can affect any paired liquidity. So I've had paired coins and lost all value, and then I try to basically, because one of them valueless and the other one has a value, I try to separate them, but the value is such an intertwined that I think it didn't mean anything. It didn't add anything. I got nothing come back to my wallet, put it that way. I did put in some insurance thing that I had for these two exchanges that got rug pulled. Is Garada and Cerberus. So they took a hit. But there's many others out there. So basically, if they got the same format, the site, I wouldn't go near it, because if someone's exploited one way, I'm sure they can exploit the same. So the sites I'm looking for are ones that are not in the native token, and you can lock your liquidity. Yeah, so maybe avoid native tokens, not that you believe in the project. I mean, there are some good ones out there, and also how much are they worth? Because it's less likely somebody's going to play crazy money games if they're basically got an expensive token to play around with. So like auto farm, it's quite. I think it's a few £100 the token. But with some of these other things, it might be like a few pence. So there's a big difference. Big difference. What you get out? There we go. That's one thing. So yeah, just be wise. I mean, I just transferred what I could transfer into a 50% APY, which is compound, and there's APR as well. So yeah, it's a lower, but it produces more of the same asset. So I'm not getting paid in another currency, and I am getting a little bit of some other currency in it. It's a reward for holding, I think, like a bonus. And also the value of it is about a Cryptos, so I put some stuff in there. It seems to be all okay. Seems to be fine. There we go. The other thing I was going to say about is unmineable. So I got my laptop, an old laptop, and it said, use old laptops, you can mine crypto. And all that happened is that the old laptop uses more electricity than you can mine on an old laptop on CPU mining. So it's not very profitable. I'm just going to be doing a test, a COVID test as well. I'm going to show you doing this. See, I put it to the outside. Oh, it causes massive sneezing. yeah, but anyway, go back to my Unmineable project. So basically, Unmineable is a website. You go to the website, you download the software, you run the software, go into your downloads folder and run the software, and that's fine. And basically, just run it off your CPU or your graphics card. Now I've got a PlayStation knife that it was very old PlayStation 3, and it was before they had this like forking mod thing where basically you could run a PC on it, you can run a Linux system on it, and I've got Ubuntu on it. So it's an older PlayStation. So I'm going to see if I can download or use that software, and then I use the graphics card on a PlayStation to mine a cryptocurrency. So it's Monero, it mines, but the site will pay you in whatever one you want. So I could have it like Bitcoin and run it. I could max out the because there's the option of having it low grade, low, or you can set it up to high on the graphics cards. The graphics processor, put it up to max, but the hash rate should be high enough to make some money on it, hopefully. If not, I'm going to abandon Unmineable as an option, because it's just you spend more electricity trying to get a few coins. However, the coins, if they go up in price, you can in the long term gain something, but in the short term you're going to waste electricity running mining operations, especially on old PCs, not unless you've got a really good graphics card. So it's a GPU, I think they call it GPU, CPU and GPU. So one's computer and one's graphics. Graphics processing unit or something like that. And yeah, there's an option. Anyway, this pig sign off. I'm going to put this test in and register it online, because I do care work and so on. I have to run these tests. Anyway, have a great day, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.